Welcome to another fantastic video. Got the Jeepus here. So we're taking the big Jeep over to Performance Diesel to get the winch installed. Mike's gonna pick us up from there. It's a big surprise. I'm sure has already been spoiled, so that's okay. It's completely dark out. You guys can't see anything, so I'm sure you've tuned out already, but that's all right. The big giveaway Jeep. Love this thing. Been driving around for the past, I don't know, say 3 to 4 days. I have no other vehicles. I need like a dome light on in here so you guys can at least see my beautiful mug. God, oh, wow, they're touched. You just touch them. Look at that, there's 4 of them. That's fantastic. Very nice. So now that we have lighting come from behind us, the best spot to have lighting, I'm gonna set the camera there just for a second. Give me 30 more seconds of your time. Shane has the Mustang. The other Shane has my truck being fixed. We're actually headed over there now, so we might be able to get a little sit rep on that. And I have no vehicle, and I have to go to work tomorrow. So let's drive this thing like we are borrowing it, not stole it, because we gotta take care of it for the giveaway winner, which will probably be you. One thing that's fantastic about this Jeep is the auto stop in a manual. Now, obviously you can just turn it off like so, but oh my gosh, it is the most useless feature. Now I can't blame Jeep because obviously that was designed for one that wasn't a manual, but God, I hate auto stops. And nothing against Jeep at all, or even the giveaway vehicle, because even McLarens have those. The new McLaren 600 LT that I borrowed from Mike for a couple days, that one also had the auto stop. Sorry, I'm trying to shift and film, smacking the camera against the lens. All right, here we go, off to Shane's. I decided to stop by the farm. Mike had to literally buy us a new fence because the original one that we had, he had to get the Blazer out of here because I guess it wouldn't start. And he just drove through this with his Duramax, completely destroyed the fence, and now we had to buy a new one. So there's a new and upgraded and improved fence, which I'm gonna have to lock here as soon as I put the camera back. I'm saying goodbye to the Jeep. Thank you, Mike, so much for letting me borrow this thing for the past week. It was a pleasure. Big review on this thing coming. It was awesome. Black Rhino wheels, a new winch going on. They're going out on the front, Schmitty built. Just incredible everything that's going into this thing. Rear bumper, and bumpers are expensive. Off-road bumpers, I was looking at that for the 6.5. Incredibly expensive. So the fact that this is on that and it's a giveaway Jeep, very cool. Yeah, we still got the little exhaust tip here from the McLaren. So if you guys want that, PayPal me, say 50 bucks, 30 more for shipping. I'm gonna go steep on that. Michael signed it for you, and I'm gonna give it to his birthday fund. I think his birthday's next month. I should know that. But we'll buy him something nice. Maybe Forza 5 or whatever's out now. I'm joking, but everything on this Jeep is incredible. I know Mike's done in-depth reviews on this thing, but from someone that has actually driven it extensively, and I should be a little unbiased at least whenever it comes to this, because like I say every single time, I get nothing out of this giveaway. Only thing I do is help out my buddy. Should you go into the giveaway? Absolutely. If you missed out on the mystery boxes, that was probably the big thing for this. But just like the little details with Jeep, you have like the little land nav map here, shows elevation changes. Really cool, just the amount of detail they put in this thing. And the only complaint I have with this thing is the auto stop, which you can turn off, and it's not Jeep's fault, it's not the Gladiator's fault, it's nothing of that nature, because a lot of the new car manufacturers have that as a standard on new vehicles to save on gas mileage, and it just doesn't mix well with the manual transmission, which I didn't install it, but I've come close a couple times just because you don't anticipate. You get so used to just lifting off the clutch, good amount of gas, get your RPMs up, start going, and then release the clutch. But again, not Jeep's fault, not the giveaway's fault. Another cool thing about this is it's got the battle scars here, just a little bit of dirt from our off-roading sessions. I would honestly keep those on there. That's just an homage to where the Jeep came from. And it was driven by the greats. Street Speed, Shane. Shane also, again, from Performance Diesel Warehouse, will have a hold of this thing. And of course, me. I'm joking though.
So yeah. Quit his job.
Don't you just love filming each other? This looks natural, doesn't it?
This is natural. Yeah. Well, it is a little strange. All right, here we go.
Oh, it's so loud.
It's not even loud.
It's loud, dude. God.
It's not loud at all.
Yeah, I actually have off work today. It's like 1 in a million. So head over with Mike to Shane's. We're gonna check out the Gladiator.
Oh yeah.
You guys in depth on it. We're watching a U-Haul by Mike's house. Don't know what they're doing.
We live feed whenever someone's near the house.
Yeah, don't come near the house. It's pretty fortified. It's getting serious now. These people are at the front door.
Front door walking.
Left the package down. Mike didn't order anything. It's gotta be a bomb. Yeah, the plot thickens. Well, I was all excited. I was hoping they would like drop a bomb off. We could smoke some baddies. It's freaking car parts. Kind of cool though. Chevy pulling in to get wrapped. Absolutely. Yeah, buddy. There's the Mustang all wrapped. She looks beautiful.
I told you that, right?
What?
I told you it wasn't wrapped yet?
No, I figured it wasn't.
Okay.
This is epic.
My favorite thing.
You just gotta sit here so we don't scrape. Oh, she is wrapped and beautiful looking.
She is wrapped already, bud. Look at that wrap.
It's that clear bra.
That beautiful blue wrap on there. We got Peter out here washing a Transit.
Peter, man. Gladiator, Transits. I used to drive this for a living.
The Transit.
They were great.
Oh, heck yeah.
Joking. It's awful.
Peter out here washing the Transit. Sick. What a sick Transit. All right.
What a sick Transit.
You don't hear that phrase often.
Scorpiot's still there.
Oh, yeah.
We got the Gladiator here. It smells like straight hot dog water outside. I don't know what's going on at Shane's shop. Oh my God, we got this. Oh, we got the L bracket here for the winch. This thing's gonna be insane. Yeah, driving this thing around for the past couple weeks was, I'm pretty impressed. I'm not a Jeep guy, but this thing was, I mean, it was nice. Even the manual transmission, not very clunky. My Mustang, it's a different story. But yeah, this thing was very smooth. A couple things I noticed though on this Jeep that were a little bit weird. Man, that winch looks just so good. He's like, I'm putting a winch on this thing. I'm like, I don't know, but I guess it's always a good thing to have one of these. I mean, get out of jail free card whenever you're off-roading, must have. But a couple things I noticed when driving this Jeep, they got like flip-flops up here. I don't know if that means no step, but it's kind of weird you put like shoes on here. Makes me think that they want it to be a step. I don't know. Little Easter egg on the Jeep. Everything underneath is super clean. And I know what you guys want. You guys want me to vilify this because most likely you're not going to win, and then you won't feel as bad if you lose because I say, hey, the Jeep's crap. I really have nothing bad to say other than the stuff I mentioned to Shane's. It's such a minimal thing. I can't remember what I said that was bad about the Jeep. It's just, there's so many little details about this thing. Like this, I don't know. It's sort of like a camo pattern. It sort of looks like that, like frosted glass look on the inside here in the center console. Not much you can really put in there, but they have this extra compartment under here with all sorts of good stuff. Same pattern on the bottom. And then USB port. I'm sure it has auxiliary port, and then of course Bluetooth. Some other good things about this Jeep is that even though it has the soft top, it's not very loud. It's, I don't know, it's somehow able to dampen the noise enough that it's pretty comfortable in here. It doesn't feel like it's any more noisy than if it didn't have a soft top. The ride obviously is, well, actually it's pretty comfortable because the wheels are so big, but since it's a Jeep, I mean, this thing's meant to be rugged, so you guys understand how that goes. It's so weird with Shane's employees walking around to like talk to a camera because I'm essentially talking to myself in a vehicle, and since they don't really, I'm sure they know with Mike going around, but it's still awkward. The mirrors on Jeeps have always been notoriously small. It gives it character. I think it has that box square shape. I don't know, like, do they sell mirrors for Jeeps that are like big tow mirrors? Not necessarily tow mirrors, but like bigger mirrors. I don't know. Yeah, let me show you the wheelbase of this thing. Not quite as long as my truck, but definitely pretty damn close. Now, one thing I wish they would have done on this build, if they ever go with like a Rubicon Gladiator build, I hope that they do this. I'll show a picture on the screen because I don't know what it's called, but this is it. And it is probably one of the most impressive modifications I've ever seen on a vehicle before. I mean, it looks amazing. The Mustang's not wrapped yet, but I think what was the plan for the Rapid Blue? Is it a donor program?
Rapid Blue. So the Mustang's going to be part of the In-Chain Design, In-Chain U Wrap Donor Program. So what well, I'll let Shane explain. He's got a whole system now.
So what we're setting up is In-Chain U is going to be a training course that we're going to be offering here at headquarters. Right now the framework is there's going to be an online course, which is the basic, and then you'll move on once you graduate from that, move on to actual hands-on here at the facility under our supervision, walk you through all the process. We got a whole bunch of like just a whole bunch of training classes set up throughout the shop. But right now we're actually working with, thank you Bobby for setting up, for getting us your car. This is going to start off our car donation program. What you can do as an end consumer is you can donate your car, to our education program.
And not permanently, it's just so they can wrap it. So we can train people how to wrap and then send it back.
You're donating your car for our class to do the work on it. So there's obviously going to be perks, special benefits towards that, which we're laying out right now. So, we'll put this under our belt as, the first car that was donated to our program. And
the Mustang, the first car, you heard it here.
There it is.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, Wrap You. That sounds pretty cool. Was it Shane? Was it Shane?
InShane U.
InShane U, man. I'm
we already
down.
got a big response from when I put it in the video. A lot of people were very interested in doing the class here. Right now, they're really running through the first class. Really, this is kind of like the first pilot program with your own employees.
Yeah.
And the couple guys in there who are learning to rap, and it's going well so far.
Right, yeah, so the program's starting with my own internal crew. None of these guys, except for Curtis, has rap experience, so they've never picked up a squeegee in their life, and they've already rapped my truck and a few other things.
That looks great.
Yeah, your car's next. But I'm also supervising. Like, I'm over their shoulders. I'm not allowing them to do things that, you know, will mess up the car or mess up the rap. So, you know, it's a learning curve. But
yeah, people always ask about, hey, I want to learn how to rap this, do this on my own. Yeah. It's like, this is a great program.
Oh, exactly. I know. People have been asking. People always, you know, email in, send us fan mail. We're bringing it to life. So,
it's awesome. Right here at InShane Designs, Mustangs to be on the chopping block. InShane U. I mean, it does have like a nice charm to it. Sounds pretty official, but I mean, imagine that. You guys can donate your vehicle here to get trained on, to get wrapped, overseen by professionals to make sure that it's done correctly. And like you said, there's a bunch of other perks. I mean, it just sounds like a win-win for everybody. Even before Mike got too famous, I wanted to dabble in wrapping vehicles. It just seemed like a really cool skill to know, and it seems like that's going to be the way of the future going forward. It would have been cool to have worked for Shane, and it seems like this program's going to help out a lot of people, because I'm sure there's a ton of people that share the same interests as I do. It's a little meticulous. You have to be very methodical with your movements. It's very serious because you're dealing with high-end cars, but it seems like a lot of people would be into this. And speaking as a veteran, I feel like a lot of veterans would be into this. Shane was even talking about, he's like, hey, I want to hire primarily veterans, and I just think that's awesome. It speaks to his character. And then I brought up, I'd be like, hey man, it's a huge tax write-off, and he's like, I'm not even worried about that. So Shane is actually like, not that I ever doubted him, but he's a very wholesome and nice gentleman. It's pretty humbling whenever someone that's successful is like, man, I just want to give back to the community and help out. So good for him. It'd be really cool to see some veterans get hired there if they go through that schooling. Nothing like traffic and manual transmission and trying to film. There's Air Force One out there. It's gonna be really hard for you guys to see, so you're just gonna have to trust me. Air Force One does touch and goes all the time here in Harrisburg. Maybe Trump stayed the night, I don't know. He had a rally here the other night, but it's definitely Air Force One. And they practice all the time out at HIA. Pretty cool. Even in traffic though, I'm loving the Jeep, and I've been in traffic now for probably 20 plus minutes just to get across the South Bridge, and here it is. Looks like a little fender bender here. We're gonna film. Oh yeah, we're gonna be crazy. There's a guy stuck under the vehicle. Yeah, it just seems like the skill in drivers are getting less and less. I work with a lot of young guys, and I'll tell you, there must be a truck that gets wrecked every week, and I'm not saying like totaled, but like bumped into something's broken. It's just upsetting. And I know I sound like this old generation, but God almighty, these young guys, I don't know what to tell you. I guess that's what happens whenever you don't go outside and actually play. Would have been nice if Jeep would have put something here on the I guess in front of the passenger seat. I'm assuming the airbag's in there, but I mean, it is just totally blank. Kind of boring. But then again, I keep describing it in ways where I'm like, oh, they should have done this, they should have done that. But I mean, it's a Jeep, it's utilitarian, it's supposed to be minimalistic and get everything done. Now granted, we're getting into the future here where it's like the amenities that we would like to have in vehicles now are standard. So I'm not too upset. All right, Mike's trying to jump on me here. Give me 2 seconds. Really cool Easter eggs though that I didn't even know about. Like obviously, like they have the what's it called? Flat front? I don't know anything about Jeeps. Flat windshield? What do they call the old Jeep?
What?
What do they call the old Jeep? Flat fronts?
What old Jeep? Flat? I don't know what the hell you're
flat windshield. Like the original Jeep.
What are you even doing to me right now? I'm over here looking at my box.
All right, hang on.
You want to interview me? You want to have a sit down?
I'm going to start over. I got to start over. It's awful.
We'll sit down and talk about it.
We'll sit down and talk about it. Okay.
I didn't know.
There's Easter eggs on there that you didn't mention.
There's plenty of Easter eggs.
Whatever that is called, someone can talk to about it. And there's apparently a front camera.
There ain't no front camera.
Okay. Then the Rubicon has that.
I lied to you. There's no front camera.
There's no front camera.
No, no Gladiators have a front camera.
I swear to God, it does.
Yeah, some of them. I think like you can get a super off-road package that has like a little. No,
yeah, it
like
literally squirts on it. I swear to God, the Gladiator, the 2020 Rubicon Gladiator, something has a camera on the front and it squirts stuff on it. It's like milk.
Soft open tailgate though.
Soft open tailgate. It's not really an Easter egg.
Whatever.
But this thing's loaded with like crazy things.
I think I'm gonna put the old style mirrors back on the Duramax from the LBZ.
Yeah?
It needs new mirrors. They're completely screwed up.
Well, yeah, that one, first off, well, the angle I don't really mind. For some reason, people mind the angle. I actually think it makes it look more aggressive.
I like them when they're angled up a little bit.
But yeah, that one's a little beat up from the farm ski.
That one's ripped apart.
Yeah, the Duramax, I mean, she still looks good, even in her twilight years. She looks great.
Well, I'll get it fixed up eventually. It needs some things. I got a lot of other projects right now, but I want to obviously get a new winch because that's broken.
God.
Probably get it repainted.
It does look good though, dude. The driveway and garage are still on point, even though the McLaren's gone. Is that what was getting picked up this morning when I came here?
McLaren's gone. Might be sold. I'm not sure yet, depending on the deal.
The poopy McLaren.
But got the Gladiator, 2 Duramaxes, and the Blazer.
Absolutely. And what is my official opinion on the Gladiator? Is it worth entering the giveaway?
Oh, yep. Sorry about
Obviously, the answer is yes. I mean, this thing's amazing.
Because you get, like, okay, so here's the thing. Is that, like, there's giveaways that you buy, you pay, like, $5 to enter, and it's a raffle. But at least this, like, you get some, like, I feel like we offer some cool merch.
That's my point, is I was really high and mighty on the mystery boxes, which is sad that's over, but whoever got that's pretty envious, because that is like the bee's knees. And then it's like, it's on top of that, you might get a Jeep.
Yeah, so like, you know, I think we have some cool shirts people would actually like to wear, some cool key tags, the patches are cool. So we get, you know, we have some decent.
Whole bunch of stuff coming to the channel with this InShane U. I don't know why people want to say Wrap U.
Wrap U? Well, Wrap U's nice.
Wrap U at InShane Designs. Their mascot's definitely gonna be a donkey or something like that. Something stupid. A snail.
Yeah, because that's the pace at which cars get wrapped.
Yeah.
So snail.
Yeah. Thumbs up are always appreciated. Comments something. What do you want the guys to comment, Mike? No. Not that. They're gonna comment it anyway. So comment that. I don't know if you guys even heard them. No. Okay, this is PG rated. Can't be doing this. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Subscribe to see more content like this. Goodbye.